Hey guys, this is James.
And this is Denny from TeaDB, bringing you guys episode 275, which is one more than 274.
Wow.
Thank you.
You are excellent at the mathematics.
Thank
sir.
you. I did go to school. And
yeah, you graduated from elementary?
I did. I started and finished. Ooh, this smells so good.
So this is some Lishan primitive light roast tea. Mm-hmm. It's from a farmer. Well, we're not going to brew that. A farmer named Chen, and it was sent to me by Oolong Nug, who has a blog, the Dead Leaves Club. So check him out. Yeah, I'm excited to give this a go.
Incredibly light roast. I mean, really reading as a dull green in the cup. So this will be really interesting to see what it tastes like. I love these lightly oxidized Taiwanese oolongs myself.
Yeah, Taiwanese oolongs, a favorite in the show.
For sure.
Do very well on the mom test too.
Yeah, I love drinking these. This is probably the one category of tea that I share the most.
Oh, really?
Yeah, okay. and it's often out backpacking with friends. I'll just throw a bunch of leaves in a big old cup, and then we pass it around, and everyone gets the same disease. It's great.
Passed along by some wonderful high mountain oolong. Wonderful. Yeah. For those of you that don't know, Denny is a big backpacker, so right. He's known as the tea guy or something like that, right?
Totally, definitely. Ooh, smells really, really quite nice. I'm just gonna clean these cups here. Oopsie, warm them up a little bit.
Yeah, so you never know in these roasted teas how roasted it is. This definitely gives off a lot of green notes too. So I mean, it's called a light roast, so it seems like that will be more on that end of the spectrum rather than being like a more oxidized, like a Hong Shui, a redder color or something like that.
Totally, yeah. And this will just have a better balance of those roasted flavors too, with the sort of floral sweet and you can see with the color too, quite yellow.
Right. But you can definitely smell that roast. So this is not the sort of high mountain tea where it's just like straight florals and stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah, it doesn't have that really young floral, sometimes fresh cut grass sort of aroma either. It's not a jade oolong. But
right.
With that being said, it's going to have
yeah.
some like really high characteristics, and this will be pretty warm still, but we're going to dig in.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
We don't drink iced tea.
Look, I just tried to sneak that one in there. I'm going in. All right.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Texture is still light because we're just getting into the tea, but it's got really wonderful flavor already. Definitely taste the green notes in it.
Yeah. Also taste the roast too. It sort of gives it a little bit of that darker base, a little bit of nuttiness.
Yeah. This reminds me of some of those lighter roasted Dongdings, but a little bit spicier.
Yeah.
A little bit more earthiness to it.
Yeah, I think that's right on, actually.
Yeah, and really tasty. I'm not going to give this hardly any time because those leaves just blew up. This is the kind of tea that you can definitely hang out for a day with. And
wow, yeah. I mean, the leaves are just taking up the whole guy.
Yeah.
Teas like this, actually, they kind of have an interesting steep pattern where you might have to brew them for more time in the first steep as opposed to the second, just because you want those leaves to unfurl. Yeah. So you guys can note what Denny did there for the steeping. Really nice aroma.
Yeah, great, clean, good texture so far.
Yeah, as you steep it out, you get a little bit less of that roast and more florals and stuff coming out. It's enjoyable. Cheers.
Cheers. I think the roast really brings about a nice kind of slight creaminess to these teas that might not be there with if it weren't roasted. Some of them do have that natural flavoring in there, but yeah, it's like a really nice balance. It's just delicious. It's sweet. It definitely passes the mom test, I think.
How do you find the balance of this tea? Do you think it's pretty well balanced as far as all its different attributes?
Yeah, I think so. I think it will develop though. We're still early on in the steepings, and there might not be quite as much high notes, but I think that those will develop here as we continue to steep this through. I like the balance of sweetness. It's a little bit floral. It's got like a nice creaminess to it. Maybe a little, I wouldn't call it oaty, but kind of an acorny, just a very light roast. Yeah, it's delicious. It has just hints of sort of a verdant greenness, freshness to it. Yeah, it's really good. This one is, though, I will say, I think there's a little bit more. Some of the oolongs that I've had are just so easy to drink, but there's not as much going on. And while those are really refreshing and great to share with friends, for tea folks out there who are a little bit more nerdy, that might not be the pinnacle of a tea. And for this, I'm noticing that this has a little bit more going on. It's a little bit different. It's not as straightforward as some of those. Just sort of, I don't know, just like a typical Lishan, which can be delicious. I mean, absolutely delicious. Don't want to denigrate that at all. But this has just a little bit of some different stuff going on.
Right.
And this is, was this Lishan? What was this?
Lishan, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So absolutely tastes like Taiwanese oolong, as Denny said, but it is a little bit different than your sort of standard jade or even than your dongding. It's sort of a mix of those couple stereotypes.
Mm-hmm. It has a really interesting and intriguing kind of middle end palate, where it's not quite juicy, but makes me kind of salivate a little bit. Delicious, easy to drink.
Yeah, a little creamy. It's changing each steep, actually, I find. Like, reasonably dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This one, to me, was a little bit more floral. Has maybe
agree.
even hints of, like, a sort of this kind of floral phoenix notes, especially kind of just residual tasting and still. Really good. These are kind of always a home run for me, I gotta say.
Yeah.
I really just love this category.
How about the mom test?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet, floral. There's enough strength in this tea that it leaves a little bit of a textural thing on my tongue, which maybe some people might think is I don't know, less than pleasant. I find it just as sort of like a sign that I'm drinking some stuff. So it's definitely, let me say that it's wonderful and strong.
Yeah. Aftertaste kind of reminds me of High Mountain Oolong's aftertaste, sort of like this sort of fresh, refreshing feel in your mouth, active. Yeah. I think it's solid all-around tea.
Yeah, I'm totally enjoying this. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. It's just good. This is the kind of tea that I really love drinking on a day like today, because I'm getting hot, but it still has this not quite cooling but crispness to it. You know, it's still in contrast to when everything like is dying and then the grass and all this stuff, and you just have a little note of sort of green and sweet and floral. It's just perfect. And of course, this would be fantastic iced. Not that we do iced tea on the show. We don't do that. You really can brew this in the gaiwan for a while and then just throw it in a tall glass and put it in your fridge, and you'll have a delicious, in the heat of the day the next day, you'll have a really nice iced drink. And I do that. 100% do that. Because it gets hot. And we don't do AC out here.
Yeah, we don't do AC.
Yeah.
It's only rich assholes do AC in Seattle.
Anyway, so really tasty. Do we have any sort of tracking on this guy? Who gave this to you, James?
Yeah, it's by a producer that provides tea to the West. I think some of his tea goes to Leafy Green, who we brought on before. It's a farmer named Chen.
Nice.
And I don't know, you can find his stuff if you Google around. I'm not sure exactly where you'd find this tea specifically, but you could probably...
Just Google farmer named Chen and you'll... Good luck with that. Yeah, well, what we'll do is try to post a link in the description.
Potentially. We'll try to track it down.
Find this for you folks. But this is a sort of tea that is pretty readily accessible from all of your favorite Taiwanese tea vendors. They're going to have some... high quality, hopefully high mountain, jade and roasted oolongs, and definitely check them out. 'tis the season, in my opinion. Love these.
Absolutely.
If folks want to learn more about tea in general, James.
Yeah, they should check us out at TeaDB.org. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Follow us on all the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Tweetser. And we will see you guys next time for some pu'er.
Cheers. Peace.